Okay, just want to let you know we have two big updates planned for the bands. I know this is a little fuzzy, you won't be able to see it. It's kind of by design. Uh, when we have it ready, most possibly tomorrow, maybe by Sunday, I'm going to put it out to the Grid Algo group. We have an ability that was a very intelligently designed idea. Innovation is is always the best, keep innovating. So anyhow, the programmer came up with that idea because he knows I've talked about, hey, it's good to have the bands where only 7 to 10% of all price action is outside of the bands. So if I go back in my like 5 days of trading and I have my bands width of the main band set that only like 7 to 10% of the price actions outside the bands, you have your main bands dialed in pretty good. And if you really want to catch the key big excursions, then you could go in that 3 to 5% range. But I can sit all day long and work with 7 to 10%. Well, the programmer came up with a mechanism that already works, all tested out. He showed it to me. I love it. I said, okay, let's add that to the bands where you can set a percentage. So let's say you set that you want 7% of the price action outside the bands. So you type it in and then basically it goes through a little optimization process that takes just a little, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 seconds. And then boom, it sets the width of the bands. So it looks back, depending on how many days of data you have loaded, calculates that real quick and then widens the bands out to the new setting, and boom, you're good to go. And then, and I know that's like huge, but then we also have the ability now that the bands, we're getting since they're non-recalculating bands, we came up with a unique way to set the plot perfectly. So it's auto-adjusting its plot all throughout the day. And that's another major thing that he's working on for me today. So very, very pleased with the ongoing updates. And we're really doing some cutting edge stuff here with these bands, with the dual price bands that do not recalculate or repaint during live feed. So big, big stuff here, and wanted to pass on that information. So anyhow, I'll exit the drawing tool, but yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update that update, I'll probably put it out to my group tomorrow and onward and upward. We have a whole bunch of other cool ideas in from those that are using it, loving the bands that programmer and I are going back and forth on to see what additional. Now, I do know we're going to have some endpoint smoothing applied too. That's part of some of the recent updates. So we're going to keep advancing these bands since we're in a period of like big uh, innovation right here to advance them rapidly. I mean, and they're fantastic right now, but it's like, why not just make them wondrous over the next, week or so and keep doing a bunch of updates and get them so dialed in that we got them perfect for NT8. So anyhow, just want to give you a heads up on that is a significant breakthrough and another very nice setting that traders can use to auto optimize the width of the main bands to set the percentage. And you'll see there's certain percentages on certain instruments and time frames that are sweet spots that you can just hit day after day after day for really, visually efficient mean reversion scalping. And I was talking to the Discord room, my private Discord room today. I said, look at these institutionals all day long, pre-market, and then after the U.S. Open, buy it, hang on to it, buy it, hang on to it, buy it, hang on to it, buy it, hang on to it. And then the morning opening range, nope, don't break it. Nope, don't break it. Nope, don't break it. And then right after they came down and did a test, they did a super pump where they're running fully automated buy program activity on stocks, options, and futures. And and this is all investment banks. There's no hedge funds in here buying all the shit today. Hedge funds aren't up here buying the highs of the highs of the high, polluting their cost basis by paying super high retail to get in the buyer. This is all institutional activity. And I was talking about it in the room this morning that, yeah, they were in the super pump mode today. Now, I've talked in the past that there's many that are tracking that have a lot of evidence that the investment banks from about March of 2020, let's see, March of 2023 on, started being allowed to play with Fed discount window money in the market. They can't use it to short. They can only use it to buy stocks, options, and futures. And some of the activity I was watching as these pullbacks were happening, what was then happening in stock buying suddenly out of nowhere and options buying to hold the markets triggered, happen again, happen again. I think I watched like 7 or 8 of those events, and then that was a super pump. They hit buy program activity like there's no tomorrow. Now they finally tagged the 22 200s level, so we'll see if there's any distribution. But yeah, so yeah, it's basically been, I guess my point is it's been ping pong. Sell, came barely touch the other side of the bands, stalled, barely touched the other side of the bands, another sell, a buy, a sell, a buy, some more buys, and then now we're rolling. So we haven't gotten the rollover yet. So when we do, we'll get a signal. But yeah, there's been buy. Some of these buy signals, there's been too much lift, and the buy is up by the mid band. I don't like those. This one was below mid band. This one was really nice below mid band. And so anyhow, and some of the sells were decent. I don't like these sells way down by the mid band, but I do like sells that I get, above the mid band to be a seller. And that was a really nice one there because we had an M pattern lower pivot eye. I hit that one and I was really expecting it to come down, maybe break a little bit before they hold it or dump it. And but that was a decent move. So anyhow, really interesting day. A lot of institutional, what I would call micromanaging of the market going on today. And hey, if they get to play with money that's not theirs off the Fed discount window, they can pretty much do whatever they want. So onward and upward, huh? So yeah, big band updates hitting tomorrow for the group. 2 big items added to the band updates. So we're getting these bands freaking fantastic and dialed in. And yes, they have outputs to use with third-party tools. So there you have it. Big update for today. And so anyhow, if you have any questions about anything, info@gridalgo.com. Have a great weekend.